Well, hello there. Welcome everybody to Geography 1. This is the Physical Geography lecture, and I am your professor for this semester. My name is Jeffrey Miller, work in the Geography department and also teach mapping courses. So for a lot of you, this will be a general education course. For those that are in the major, or even those in general ed, if you have interest in the subject matter, learning more about our department, other things that we do or that I do, by all means, reach out. It's a very interesting subject, and would love to talk more with you about, um, you know, what you can learn going down this pathway. So I wanted to take this little bit of time here and share with you, just like we would do as if we were sitting in class on the first day, the introduction of the class, where I'm going to go over, a monologue of here's a rundown, what to expect in this course. With that being said, let's take time for the syllabus so that you guys understand how things work, um, what you're expected, and then I'm going to take a little bit of time and quickly run through Canvas, which is our online course system. I know this is new for some folks that have never taken an online course before. So I want to make sure that it's clear and you have all the tools and resources available to you to be successful. All right, I'm going to begin by sharing my screen. So this is what Canvas will look like for you guys. Let me just change one thing real quick. The home page should be the modules. So I set up my courses pretty simplistic, in that I believe kind of keeping things as, get the meat right out there as much as possible so that you guys don't have to fumble through a bunch of other things. Anyways, when I say that, I mean, I take the homepage and the modules, it's the same thing to me. So when you log in, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a list of the different modules. So it makes it pretty straightforward when you come in here to review your material each week. But let me get into that momentarily. First, I want to cover the syllabus here. Okay, so you all are free to click on this link and review this on your own as well. This is what your Canvas page is going to look like. So if I open up this link, here we have the syllabus for this course. And this is called Physical Geography Lecture, as we mentioned. It's a 3-unit course, not to be confused with the Physical Geography Lab. That is a separate course, separate but related. So it is independent as far as the technicality is concerned from this class. Like I said, they are certainly related, meaning that you can take both of them at the same time. I actually would recommend that. Whether you take both classes from me or one from me and this one from me and the lab from somebody else, it's up to you. But you don't have to. You could take them at different. You could take the lab after like a different semester after this course. Either way, to ensure you get the proper units for your transfer, university transfer, you need to take both the physical geography lecture and the lab. If you're in need of a lab, if you're watching this early in the semester, if you're in need of a lab, I am teaching that this semester. It is online as well. So if you can get in touch with me ASAP, if you need to get a seat into that type of class, by all means, reach out and I should be able to give you an ad code and get you squared away. That way you've got it all, you're not missing that final piece. Okay. So, as I said, introduce myself. I'm Jeffrey. You can say Mr. Miller, Professor Miller, Jeffrey Miller, whatever you want as you address me. My email is right here. So I usually respond pretty quickly to the direct emails within a day or so. or even on Canvas, there's the kind of messenger email. We are a online class. So virtual asynchronous modality. And so what that means is that I don't do, or this class is not designed to be taught or presented via a regular Zoom meeting, right? Or kind of a regular scheduled time frame that I say, hey, let's everybody get in the Zoom room together. That doesn't exist here. Just want to make that clear. Okay, so that doesn't exist. So asynchronous meaning that I present all the material to you. I've kind of put it together in a nice little package and I put it out there on this Canvas website, and you go from there and kind of sort through week by week. It's set up to be scheduled week by week. You sort through it week by week and do your assignments 1 week at a time. As long as you stay on track with that, I think you'll be okay in this class. Some people get a little intimidated with online coursework or just online learning in general, and I get it. It's a different environment completely, but there's also a major benefit of doing it this way because it's at your convenience. Okay, so you could do little bits throughout the week, whatever works for you, for your schedule, your time, your study habits, your call, right? All that I ask is that you do the assignments as they are posted every single week. Okay. I do require that you guys purchase a textbook. It's called Physical Geography, the Global Environment. I am currently still using the 5th edition. If the sixth edition is available, you can purchase that as well. The textbook is meant to be a supplement to the material presented in the class. So, what I share with you guys that I've put together comes directly from the book, for one, but it's really, more or less highlights from this book. So you don't really get the full spectrum of physical geography by just going through my materials. The book will help reinforce all of the concepts and all the theory and topics that I discuss and we have presented in this class. So I really recommend. I'm saying required. I really think it's a good idea for you to get that textbook. It will certainly help you along the way. And like I said, really just reinforce so you're not just answering questions and then kind of moving along. So this class is about the Earth and the dynamic physical systems and process. A fancy way of saying we're going to learn about Mother Nature here. Okay. So, a lot of times people think of geography and it is a somewhat broad term or can be used in broad ways. We're not talking about state capitals here. That's not the objective of this class. There are other classes that do that within the department. This class is more or less focused on the physical nature of the Earth itself. So things like mountains, waterways, weather, soils, human interactions with the Earth and how that ends up affecting things and vice versa. So that's what we mean when we say physical geography. It's not geology, although we do cover some geology components where we cover landforms, rocks, lithosphere, etc. And it's also not the same as a climate only type of course. Those are a little bit more focused on specific parts of the Earth, where this is an all-encompassing, here's everything related to the physical environment of the Earth itself. So it does cover a lot of topics, a lot of very relevant subject matter that, some of it you probably already know, but from general knowledge. But there's definitely a lot of really good nuggets to take away here, even if this is not even close to your selected major. You could come from this, you could go through this class, and every single week you should be able to walk away with some new information that can impact your day after you've finished learning about it. So what I mean in terms of like, oh, why is the sun always on the southern horizon? I never really thought about that. Um, or I've realized it, but I never really thought more into it, right? And or something like, why are the time zones the way that they are in the world? Why is climate change such a big deal? There are dozens and dozens of topics like that that we will cover, and things that, like I said, will reinforce your general knowledge about the physical environment around you. So it's definitely an environment type of course, environmentally focused course. And if you like learning about the environment, if this is something that might, inspire you to get more involved with the environment or study the environment further, I really hope that, you take that kind of information away from here. Um, Moving forward, I have a list of objectives here. I'm not going to read these word for word. I kind of cover all this stuff with my little general description above. But yeah, these are the types of things that you're supposed to kind of, at the conclusion, you should learn these things. Same with outcomes, just kind of a different way of saying the same things. Now, attendance, let's review that quickly. So the course is asynchronous. And so that means that, it's a little bit confusing in terms of like, oh, well, how do I know, the professor, know that you're going to class? Um, the thing is, when you do your assignments, basically it tells me that you've gone to class, right? So there is no other check or balance to it. I don't have, some teachers do stuff. I used to do a little, like a little check-in sheet or online, but I don't even do that anymore. Now it's kind of straightforward. If students are doing their assignments on time, then that's a key part, on time. So you can't go 6 weeks and not do anything and then expect to come back and, A, make up all the work, but B, expect me to think that you're attending class, because you're obviously not. And it could be, I'm not saying it in a negative way, that you're slacking off or whatever. Certainly that could be the case, but people have things that go on in their lives, whether it's family emergencies or who knows. That's not for me to judge. I put it out there and basically say, as long as you're doing your work on time, by the posted due dates every week, I will consider you to be a 100% participant and attendant in this class. So, I already said it once. I'll just say it again. We do not have regular meetings each week. Okay. Asynchronous. So we do not meet every week. The office hours are also so office hours, let me be clear about office hours as well. I'm happy to meet with you on a one-on-one basis. I used to do office hours at a regular time each week. I don't do that anymore. Now I do them only per request. Okay, so I'm happy to do it. It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 5 hours. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever you need to learn the material and be successful, I'm happy to, make myself available. But with that being said, I need lead time. I need you to reach out to me and request time to meet for an office hour. And whether it's talking about this material or something else related to your schoolwork, I'm happy to help you out. So office hour participation 100% voluntary, and we could go the whole semester and I never actually see you on an office hour. That's okay by me. There could be some of you that want to meet almost every week. That's okay too. But please let me know ahead of time. Like, give me at least a day advance, because I got stuff going on too. So I'll do my best to be available to you, and that kind of clears up how to go to class, how to get in touch with me, how to get an actual one-on-one. It's not like I don't exist. There is a person at the end of this class. I know it can seem a little bit disengaging, or I don't know, virtual classes certainly have a different type of, feeling to them than going to class every single day. I 100% get that. I feel it on my side too, okay? But I'm just putting it out there that if you need or want to talk to me, you can certainly reach out at any point in the semester, or multiple points in the semester, and I'd be happy to chat, okay? So the material that I am going to share with you is pre-recorded stuff that I have taped on YouTube, taped and posted on YouTube. Some of it's from a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years ago. Just letting you know that now. But it's all still very relevant and worked well for this class. So what happens is you will go through, you will watch what I want you to do is I want you to watch the lectures on YouTube, and I want you to review the material that I've shared with you guys, review the text. So it says units, units 1, 2, 3, whatever. Those are chapters, right, for this book. So, you read the assigned unit that, is out there for the week. Sometimes there's 2 units per week. There's just a lot to cover in a short time frame. And it's up to you to, stay on top of that stuff. I'll provide PowerPoints and also something called key points. This right here. The key points are more or less my cliff notes that I have put together and I'm sharing directly with you. And so those are going to be in document forms. And like I said, those are like the highlights of this material. I will say this, the key points and the slides. The slides come directly from the author of the book. They are dense and there's a lot of them. So what I have tended to do here is I take my key points. I rely on those first. If we're looking at an order of, what's most important for you guys, I would say I would say video lecture, key points, and then slides. The slides and then text, right? Text as well. But the slides, they're kind of like the text. I use them more for supplementary and for images and for, like I'm talking about a certain subject, I say, well, here's a good slide that shows a good graphic for this particular topic. So don't go through the slides one by one and expect or think that that's what I expect you to do. I don't. I really, even myself, kind of use the slides and scan through them, and I've pulled out the important pieces, really the graphical information from the slides. My key points in my lectures and the text is what will be your guide in this class, okay? You could download that material at any point. I put it all out there. It's up to you, okay? Now, other participation and attendance. So related to attendance, right? So every week, I'm going to ask you guys to participate in a discussion prompt. That's going to happen for every module. Could be every unit or it could be 2 units, just depends, right? Just depends what's posted. But the expectation is that you will respond about a paragraph in length to whatever the prompt asks you in your own independent thoughts, not copied from somebody else and not copied from Wikipedia or from something else online. I want this to be your thoughts shared, and feedback, you directly, okay? So these are graded. Every week you get graded on your discussion participation. It's not worth a lot, but at the same time, if you miss, each one is 5 points. So let's say you miss 3 or 4, that's 20 points. That could be the difference between an A and a B, okay? So I highly, highly recommend that you stay on top of your discussions every week. It's not a big ask. It's really not. I want you to review the material, study, and then do discussions. And that is going to lead up to your exams. You will have 3 exams in the course. It's not a lot, okay? When you take the exams, it might feel like that. But as far as actual expectation of like work that you're going to be doing, the heavy stuff comes 3 times a semester, okay? So 2 midterms spaced about a month apart, and then your final exam. Your final exam is the biggest one. It's because it covers 6 or 7 units, I think. However, so it's worth the most points. I will say that. And it has the most questions, but it is not a cumulative exam. So, you could say the final part is because it's at the end. That's really and it's big. So your exams and your your exams are where you earn your points in this class. Okay. Um, when I assign an exam, I put it out on a Monday, and you have an entire week to study for it, prepare yourself, and then a week's window to finish your exam. Uh, and here's how the grades are broken down. I do grade based on pretty simple matrix, A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, F. If there's any special needs you have, please get in touch with me. I'll be happy to take care of that, but reach out to me, on a separate note about that. I'm going to skip through some of this other stuff. Obviously important information here. If you need help with any of these programs that are available to you, check them out. Okay, real quickly, I'll do another 5 minutes with you guys. So onto Canvas, how we can walk through this class. I want you to walk through all the beginning little points here. Once you've gone through those in the first week, things will pick up right here where it says Introducing Physical Geography. Notice the date, January 29th. That's a Monday. Notice the week after this week is February 5th. This is the one exception where I give you a 2-week period, kind of because it's at the beginning of the semester. There's a lot of material here, so I give you a little bit of grace. But the 19th is also a Monday, 26th, March 4th, et cetera, et cetera. So Monday is when a new week, i.e. a new module, opens for you. Modules will contain these lessons and objectives, which is just a short page about what to expect in the class, or what to expect in the module, I should say. The learning objectives, things like that. And then every week we'll have a video lecture link, which will take you to YouTube. Here are the key points and the slides that I was talking about. And then at the end of the week, you notice the due dates here. This would be the following Sunday. Here is your discussion prompt. So the expectation is you would go and say, oh, well, how do I, make sure I did everything correct for this particular week? Look at what's due for the week. Like I said, it's going to be either a discussion or an exam, right? So you do your discussion and you're done. That's the expectation, okay? Now, since you have a whole week to work on this stuff, you could technically do everything on Monday and be done for the week. If you're that type of person that wants to get ahead, or that works better for your schedule, I shouldn't have to explain too much more, but I'm just putting it out there, right? You don't have to do everything on Sunday night. That's one of the beauties of asynchronous online. So we have, let's see, I do want to share, like in the following week, there's going to be 2 pretty big units, key points for 2 and 3. Let's just take a look at something really quick. If I open up the key points here. Okay. So I wanted to share with you, notice that I've got these little bolded parentheses kind of throughout my key points, right? So those are references to your slides. That's what I mean by the slides really are for graphical uses, references, that type of thing. So like, for example, let's talk about the Earth's motions. Earth completes one full revolution around the sun. Earth spins on its own axis, rotates in one full day. This creates day versus night. 18. That means there's a little picture for that. So if I go, actually I could just click next, and I look at the slides, and I scan to, you can also download this stuff by clicking this link. But my point is, instead of going through all of the entire slide deck, if I go directly to slide 18, it should be something related to day and night, or sun-earth relationship, right? So let me scroll through these items and until I get to number 18. There we go, right? So it seems simple, but this will give you, like I said, kind of graphical representations. And they're like, here and there. It's not every single note. It's maybe every half or every, I don't know, 2/5 or something, 40%, I don't know, whatever, something similar to that. But that's the point, is the slides are here to provide you that visual context. Okay, so you can look at the key points and look at the slide and say, that's what he's talking about, right? To me, a picture helps a lot when you're studying this stuff. So take advantage of the little call out that I already put there, the bolded parentheses that I put there for you guys. Cool. So back to home page. And then if I go to, so that's the idea. You've got key points, slides, a discussion, and then here is an exam. Your exams are right here on Canvas. Like I said, you have a week to do them. So exam opens on the 26th, and then it ends, the window closes on the 3rd. That's how that works, okay? So let's see. Everything else is pretty much laid out. Each week, a new module will unlock. So you can't just speed through and do all the course in 4 or 5 days. You have to do them week by week. When we get to the very end, this is the final exam week, and this is the place where you would take your final exam right here. Okay. So that's all I got. Keep an eye out for emails from me once every week or 2 weeks, something like that. That's the best place to kind of know about what's going on. I usually get to grades, not right away, but 3 or 4 times during the semester. So I try to get them completed right before you have an exam, so you kind of know where you stand. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this semester. Please reach out if you need anything. If you have any concerns, I'm here for you. Okay. Best of luck, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.